Agent Stone, if I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
Dr. Ivo Robotnik, also known as Eggman, is one of the fan-favorite characters in the Sonic franchise. The intelligent and goofy villain has survived a lot of defeats, seemingly impossible situations, and even major explosions. But what exactly happened to him in Sonic 3? Is he really gone? Did he die? Well, we don't think so. At the end of Sonic 3, the battle against Shadow and Gerald Robotnik reached its peak. The Eclipse cannon almost destroyed Earth, and thanks to Sonic, Shadow, and Robotnik, the thing was stopped. These three characters are the real heroes of Sonic 3 as they all work together to stop Gerald's evil plan. However, in order to stop it, Robotnik and Shadow had to sacrifice themselves. One of the biggest surprises was Eggman's sacrifice. Honestly, I didn't expect him to help Sonic's team take down his own grandfather. Nevertheless, when the explosion happened, Eggman was nowhere to be seen. I mean, we saw that Gerald was clearly vaporized in the energy blast, but Eggman's body was never shown. This is a huge red flag in movies, especially movies like Sonic. In other words, if a character's death isn't on screen, there's always a chance they survived. And let's be honest, this is Eggman we're talking about. He has survived other dangerous situations before, and while he was given a redemption arc at the end of the movie, there's still a chance that he faked his own death. This only brings us to Eggman's history of faking death. In both the Sonic games and movies, Eggman likes to make people think he's gone, only to return stronger and with a more evil plan. For instance, in Sonic Adventure 2, he was thought to be dead after his space station was destroyed. But yeah, he survived and came back later. In Sonic Generations, he got trapped in a time loop but managed to escape. And in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, we all thought he lost his life after the Death Eggman robot collapse. I mean, he vanished in that scene, and many believed he didn't make it. But then he returned to Sonic 3, which was honestly a bit confusing since the movie never revealed how he survived the events of Sonic 2. All of these situations confirm that Robotnik is a master of survival, and I strongly believe he had a backup plan in Sonic 3 as well. But how could he have survived the explosion at the end of Sonic 3? Well, there are many ways. According to the most popular theory online, he used a teleportation device. Chaos Control plays a major role in the Sonic cinematic universe. In the third installment, we see that Shadow can teleport instantly using chaos energy. So, what if Eggman built his own teleportation device? In all of the three movies, he has proved that he is a genius inventor. He has created robots, flying machines, and even space stations. I can easily imagine him working on some kind of emergency escape device that transported him somewhere safe right before the explosion. Another theory suggests there is a hidden escape pod involved. The Eclipse cannon was a huge space station, meaning there were likely a lot of hidden areas Eggman could have used to escape. Who knows, maybe he activated an escape pod just in time, launching himself far away before the explosion. Or maybe Agent Stone helped him. A lot of fans believe that Agent Stone, Eggman's most loyal henchman, was somehow involved in the escape plan. What if he was working behind the scenes? Maybe Stone had a secret plan to save Robotnik in case things went wrong. After all, Stone idolizes Robotnik, and I don't think he would let Robotnik die so easily. Now, let's say Robotnik faked his own death. Would he do this? Why would he pretend to be dead? Such a decision seems a bit confusing, especially after he was given a redemption arc near the end of the movie. Wouldn't he want to take credit for everything that happened? Perhaps he wants to plan his revenge. Eggman has lost twice in the movie franchise. His Death Egg robot was destroyed in Sonic 2, and in Sonic 3, he was betrayed by his own grandfather, Gerald Robotnik. Because of how evil Gerald's plan was, Robotnik was forced to fight alongside Sonic. Maybe he finally realized he needed a better plan, thus making himself disappear for some time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Maybe he needs time to build a new army. Robotnik is known for building powerful robots. If he survived the explosion, he's probably working on his biggest, most powerful invention yet. In the games, one of his strongest creations is Metal Sonic, a robotic version of Sonic that can match him in speed and power. Based on the fact that Metal Sonic is already teased in Sonic 3's post-credit scene, it's entirely possible that Robotnik Robotnik is the one pulling the strings on the army. This way, he wouldn't have to fight Sonic directly anymore. Instead, he sends an army of metal Sonics to destroy him, and if everyone thinks he's dead, no one will be looking for him. This is a smart plan because it gives him the perfect opportunity to move in secret, preparing for his next attack. In other words, he could catch Sonic completely off guard in the next movie. The fact that Jim Carrey is open to reprising his role as Dr. Robotnik in Sonic 4 supports the theory of the character surviving the events of Sonic 3, and if he's really alive, we expect him to play a big role in the 4th installment. If the post-credit scene of Sonic 3 is anything to go by, Metal Sonic will play a major antagonist in the next movie. As mentioned before, I believe Robotnik is behind the Metal Sonic army. He could have programmed Metal Sonic while hiding in the shadows. He might even use the army as a distraction while he himself works on an even bigger master plan. He could also join forces with a new villain. After all, he has teamed up with other villains before. In the 3rd installment, he briefly worked with Gerald before realizing how crazy his grandfather is. If Silver the Hedgehog makes a big screen debut, Eggman might try to manipulate him, convincing him that Sonic and his team are the real enemies. Last but not least, there is a theory suggesting we'll see a different, more powerful version of Robotnik in the next movie. Someone like Eggman Nega could appear in Sonic 4. Nega is a descendant of Robotnik from the future, and him coming back in time and acting as a better, more powerful version of Ivo. It's possible that he is behind the Metal Sonic army, sending them back in time to kill Sonic. Nevertheless, we would love to see Jim Carrey in Sonic 4. He made the previous movie special, and if he doesn't return in the next installment, Sonic 4 will be a very different watching experience. What do you guys think? Is Eggman really gone, or is he plotting his greatest comeback yet? Let us know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. See ya.